Hi, everyone. I just wanted to give you an update on what you can expect in our new unit. Okay, so by this point, everybody should have turned in their point of view or theme papers. I should have all of those on either the Telltale Heart or the lottery from you. I will work on grading those and getting them back to you as soon as I can. So we're ready to begin our critical thinking unit. Critical thinking is when we're going to read some stories, and instead of just telling me what happens in the stories, now I'm going to push you, as we've been doing all along, but I'm going to push you even harder to ask, so what? Okay. So for each of these stories that you're going to see that we read through this unit, you're going to spend some time figuring out what actually happens in the stories and the characters. But then I want you to think about that. So what? I want you to think about, what does it matter? What does it mean? Why would it be in there? What is the message that comes across to you as the reader? And if it comes across to you as the reader, then it's there. Your opinions, your views on these, what you get from these stories matter, right? Our authors are not writing for one single correct answer reader. They're writing for everybody. And so if you come up with something that this story means to you, feel free to share that. That is valid. Okay. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to push when you're engaged in this type of critical thinking. Sometimes you might miss a little bit. You're not going to get it completely right every time. That's okay. The beauty of literature is that if you have support from the text to back it up, you can make an argument for almost anything that you interpret, as long as you have that textual support to back it up. So for this week, we're going to start with Amusements by Sherman Alexie. So take a look through our Blackboard shell. I have updated the task list with all of the assignments that you have for this week, and the due dates are there. So if you have any questions about due dates, check that task list first. That gives you the links to all of your assignments, should be there in LibGuide. If you can't get them in LibGuide, you're going to have them. Sorry, my daughter's yelling. If you can't find them in LibGuide, I provided the links right in the Blackboard shell for this particular section. Okay. I think that's it for this week. I will update with some teaching videos throughout this this critical thinking section. Make sure you check out that TED Talk by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie about the danger of a single story. Remember, your critical thinking is to counter that single story, okay? Your job as critical thinkers is to not just accept the single story that you're given, but to read around the edges of things to make sure that you can get the full and complete story. Okay, so you're going to practice doing that with our short stories. You're going to hopefully carry that skill out into the rest of the world. When you read things, make sure that you read the full story of things and interpret what it might mean that things were written a certain way, or that certain messages were coming across. Okay. Happy reading. Have a great week. And I will see those of you who are able to come to office hours tomorrow at 7:30. Bye, everyone.